Hello and welcome to my channel. Today the USS Texas, the last super dreadnought in the world, moves out for a refit in Galveston, Texas. Only the second time that she's moved since World War II. She's been berthed here in Houston since the end of the Second World War. She was the very first battleship to become a museum ship, and she represents all of the great World War I battleships throughout the world that did not get preserved and really should have, like the Warspite from Britain. The Dreadnought class was a revolution in battleship technology, and the ultimate evolution of that revolution was the Texas, a super dreadnought, combining all of the great features and enhancing them with powerful 14-inch guns and extra thick armor that's specially hardened. Texas and the American squadron joined the British Grand Fleet after the Battle of Jutland. The Texas was the flagship of the American fleet for many years, and also significantly continuously won accuracy awards as the most accurate ship in the American Navy for decades. The Germans were well aware of the Texas and her special abilities, and when ordered to sail out against the Texas in late October of 1918, the Germans mutinied. They knew that their ships, while they were willing to fight the British, would be no match against the Texas. Their guns would bounce off her specially hardened armor, and her massive guns would just tear through their metal like tissue paper. The mutiny spread throughout Germany. It led to the abdication of the Kaiser and the armistice that ended the First World War. So perhaps Texas should get the credit for ending the First World War, or, some small credit. At any rate, she fought again against the Germans in North Africa in Operation Torch, and again on Normandy, the D-Day landings. She slugged it out with shore batteries. That was the only time she lost anyone. She lost her helmsman, hit by a German shell. And even though her guns could range many miles inland, eventually the Allies reached the point where the Texas guns couldn't protect them. At that point, the Germans knew exactly how far she could fire, and they launched a massive counterattack with the tanks they had available. All seemed lost, but the Texas flooded one side of the ship so that she listed, and her guns rose into the air, and this gave her greater range. Yes, she was able to break up the German attack. The Germans were shocked. They did not try that again. After that, she went over to the Pacific and fought against Japanese kamikazes, and in the battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa, she was very formidable. So now she's heading to Galveston for a refit with nuclear engines, rail guns, and missiles. She'll be quite ready to take on whatever comers she has. Of course, that's just a rumor, but she would be formidable if properly re-equipped. So cheers to the Texas, and thank you for your kind attention.